Afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my improving at MCP introduction video. So I'm kind of just setting the stage for a series that I want to do involving improving at this game in particular and sort of my journey um, through what I want to do to increase my skill at it and get better, and also maybe give you guys advice or show you what I've done. So first, it'll be an introduction to who am I. If you haven't been watching my videos, my name's Alex Schmid. I'm 35. Been playing war games for about 20 years, maybe a little longer, but competitively, maybe about 15 to, well, longer than that, maybe 15 to 20 years of competitive wargaming ever since I was like in high school and whatnot. Come from a background of Warhammer fantasy in the beginning, played some 40K back when I was pretty young. Mainly fantasy up until basically they killed Warhammer. Then I played Malifaux for like 3 or 4 years. I played Ninth Age, I played Little Kings of War, and now I'm sitting on Marvel Crisis Protocol. In that time, I've played on, ETC team, which is like the USA team for Warhammer and Ninth Age like 6 times combined. I went to England for Malifaux, and we did win that one. And that isn't to like gloat or say anything about like, oh my gosh, look at me, but I think it's setting the tone for the videos of, hey, I'm in this to be really good at a game. I'm not in it to just be okay. I'm not here to be, just for fun, and I do it as a hobby. It is a hobby, but I'm here to try to be the best. And I've tried that in other games and gotten pretty high. So that it's more of that. It doesn't matter what I've done in the past. It has nothing really to do with MCP other than having experience in high-end gaming. And so maybe that'll interest you from taking a look at, how I want to improve. The other thing I want to say is, I'm already 10 months into playing Marvel Crisis Protocol. Roughly 10 months. And I have, like 100 some games, maybe 180 to 100 games. I have at least 54 on Longshanks. And so this isn't like a super fresh look. I have a very good foundation of playing a lot of games, playing against a lot of things. I haven't played with a lot of stuff. I've mainly played SAM and Convocation. And so, if you're really fresh to MCP, I'll probably touch on it a bit through my videos, but it really isn't, for the people who are like, oh, I've never played a game before and I don't know the rules, right? Play games. My advice there, if I want to go quickly over it, play a lot of games, try your stuff, don't worry too much about meta and whatnot. Learn the rules, read cards on Jarvis Protocol or Cerebro, just go through and read them once in a while. Funnily enough, despite being someone who's made YouTube videos for multiple different games, I don't actually enjoy content like podcasts. Nothing against the creators. I in fact talked on the side to some of the different podcasters individually. It's not something I really like to consume that much. It's just a personal thing. Nothing against them. It's just nothing. If I really had to be honest, part of it is I think when you're new, it's great to kind of get info and get views. But at some point, I think I can be a little too influenced by views. And at some point, depending on what your goals are, if you think you're going to be better than these people or potentially better, you have to kind of start trusting your own views more. And so, because I'm very easily swayed sometimes by listening to people and listening to like the Discord chatter, I try to shy away from it a little bit, because at the end of the day, I believe I want to believe what I think is best, and I don't feel like everything's figured out. And just because some popular person says it doesn't make it true. And now, don't get me wrong, if people say things and I hear chatter about this model or this model being good, I'll check it out. I'll make my own, I definitely don't disregard it completely. But at some point, if you really believe something is good, go out and try to make it work. Don't just take some guy's advice for it. Because at the end of, there's 168 models in MCP. There's no way everyone's played everything and played every matchup and there's very few people who even played enough games to get close to the amount of knowledge, that sometimes they try to spout off. And so I think there is still room to open up and get your own opinions. But of course, getting up to speed really quick on like what's popular, what's pretty good. I do think if you like podcasts, there's a lot of great ones out there. Danger Room, Taco Truck, Across the Bifrost. There's others. I don't know them all. Again, I've only listened to very select few. It's just not my thing. So then that's how you get up to speed. Play games. And then comes kind of where we're at now. I am 100 some games in. I've played in ranked events. I've played in the TTS seasons. I do decent. I'm definitely, I've had goals. My goals was like, okay, do well in the seasons and try to get to the finals. I didn't get there through going 5-1, but I did it by winning second chance. I've gone 4-2 like every time, and then I won second chance. So this time it didn't really matter as much. So cool. I'm going into my first season finals. I wanted to get 20 ranked games, so I played a lot of lunch meat, which always has good players in it. And so finally I have a true ranking, air quotes. Again, it's cool to have a good ranking. I think I'm like number 9 or something, but that doesn't mean anything. I mean, there's people that play online, there's people that don't play online, there's people that play in, all their ranked games are like 6-person local events at their store versus other things. So it's like the ranking system's like cool, but it really doesn't mean a lot. It was just like a intermediate goal. It's fun. It's fun is the best way to put it. But I don't put too much stock in it. And in fact, probably one of the reasons I'm making this video is I'm kind of at like, not a standstill, but I kind of think to myself, what's my goal? My next goal. I've got the 20 ranked games. I played a bunch of SAM. I'm in the finals. Maybe you can say to win it, but it's such a shit shot, especially with like CGR around and whatnot. Probably if I had to think of one, like the immediate one is go play in WTC with a good team and do well. Not just the thing with WTC is like you don't have to be. It's not like limited. So like for example, ETC for Warhammer and Ninth Age, like you only send one America team. So to make the USA team, you're one of 8 people. ITC with Malifaux was the same as with WTC. It was open to everybody. But I probably would have made the team anyway in that for Malifaux purposes. So this is like, what is there? Is there a big, event I want to win? Winning events is always like a hard like goal. Doing well is always something, being consistent. But winning a single event is always like a shit shot, even if you are a really good player. Given that, I have a young son and I'm just starting to, one reason I like playing MCP is I can play so much of it online. And so, my goals maybe for next year is to go to more in-person tournaments, some of the big ones, maybe Second Win, maybe LVO or something, and compete there and see how I can do. But even in the meantime, even though I don't have maybe that make the USA team goal because it isn't there, like if I want to go WTC I can, but it might be coming selective next year, I heard. Anyway, that can be a goal. I still see places I want to improve my game, and I want to take these videos to kind of identify those and not only use them to share knowledge and share my thoughts with everyone listening, but I use, I've said in other videos, I use this as a medium to kind of focus my thoughts, right? Like when I'm doing a video like I am now, I'm focused on MCP, whether I'm reviewing models, or thinking about games. And so I like these videos. I mean, I've recorded videos I haven't released just to basically focus myself on how to improve. And so, like I said, the next couple of videos, I'm going to try to focus on things like where do I think I lack? Probably the next video is going to be me kind of sitting there and saying, where do I think on the scale of MCP players, where do I think I am maybe better than the average person? Where do I think I'm, average? And where do I think I lack? And I need to really improve upon to up my skill at the end of the day. And I think that'll be useful to everybody because I think identifying where you lack and what you need to do better on and having maybe a focused way to get better at it is the only way to improve. My chess example is, I went on a span where I played like 100 chess games and I did not improve because I barely tried to improve, right? Just playing 100 games of chess kind of gave me some ideas and I learned the game. You can learn the rules, though chess rules aren't hard. But if you're not focusing on actively getting better in some way or thinking about why you lose, then you're not going to get better just because you played 1,000 games, right? There's like a person, yeah, it doesn't mean anything. It only takes you so far. And so, come on this journey about improving and, getting in my head about where I think I lack and what needs to be done. And, this is kind of over the next couple of weeks and months. By the end of the year, I want to have kind of a complete series, and I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know how focused it's going to be. I'll definitely have videos with like certain ideas in it. But I don't have like a script, and that's you'll notice now that I did not have a script when I made this video. So they're going to go on tangents, but I really do want to get better at this game. And I'm tired of making the same mistakes without fixing them. And I think if I don't talk about them and think of a way to fix them and improve, I'm never going to do it. And so, yeah, I look forward to making more videos, and thanks for listening.